Harry's dad dropped from the dining chair into his favourite comfy seat by a large window, picked up the newspaper, and read from its front page.
Royal jewel break and take, using fake ginger cake. Guards wide awake, gang escape with nothing, say police.
Clearing his throat, he continued with the small print below.
Police have today insisted that not a crumb of evidence had ever been found to suggest that anything was stolen during last summer's raid. Consequently, they deemed the whole story unnewsworthy.
Folding the paper in half, John glared over the top at his children.
Heard about this, have you? It all happened months ago, but was hushed up until the press got a sniff. Very peculiar indeed. Only now have full details been revealed. A gang tricked their way into the Tower of London armed with a fake ginger cake, which they used to smash the glass display cabinet of the Imperial State Crown, then scarpered empty-handed.
Silence followed as the siblings considered their father's words, until Lou eventually offered a possible explanation. Perhaps the ginger cake gang simply wanted to demonstrate what could have been stolen. You know, as a kind of warning to the Tower officials that they should tighten security. Harry shook his head firmly from side to side. I doubt that very much. According to what I've read, their fake cake had been painstakingly chiselled out of a lump of solid ironstone. Why go to all that trouble just to prove a point? And as for the authorities insisting nothing was taken, perhaps they're lying to protect their reputation. Being fooled by a brick dressed up as a ginger pudding doesn't exactly paint them as credible guardians of the crown jewels now, does it? He hesitated just long enough for Lou to take back the conversation. Well, anyway, I bet that gang's rock cake tasted nicer than one of Mum's ones would have, she teased. Harry grinned and quickly added to the banter. If only the crooks had asked here before spending hours chopping away at a solid stone block. Mum could have poured a cake mix into one of her baking tins and cooked 'em up something equally rock-hard in no time.
Now then, you two, your mother's cooking's not so bad. Go on, Harry, what else do you know?
After indulging in a hefty giggling fit induced by thoughts of their mother's best baking effort flying through the air to shatter reinforced glass, Harry breezed on with several more facts gleaned from other news articles. By all accounts, the Jewel House guards took one look inside the gang's picnic hamper, then let 'em straight past. Smashing the cabinet would have been a piece of cake after that, boom boom, and it should have been a cinch to nab the Imperial State Crown too. So what went wrong? What, you mean apart from the alarm screaming out the second they cracked the glass? Yelped Lou. There was obviously no time for grabbing stuff in full public view with guards only yards away. A moment's hesitation would have meant certain capture. That's why they legged it. Just escaping was a miracle in itself. She was expecting full acknowledgement of her version of events, but Harry continued with his own logic. Stealing nothing strikes me as very odd. And why the fake cake idea? It's a bit elaborate for a simple hoax, don't you think? They could have just hidden an ordinary brick underneath a picnic rug. Anything would have fooled those security wallies. Speculation is pointless, Harry. Witnesses have sworn the crown was still fully intact after the raid, so the crooks got away with a big fat zero. End of story. Why are we wasting time wondering how the gang didn't do it? Lou cast her eyes across at her brother, sure that she had successfully shot him down in flames with her superior argument, and his response seemed to confirm this. Clever, very clever. I'm impressed, very impressed, he said, speaking with such sincerity that his sister's face flushed bright red in embarrassment. Harry smiled and corrected her misunderstanding gleefully. Not impressed with your comments, impressed with the criminals, of course. Disguising a lethal weapon to look like a ginger cake shows real ingenuity. And who would have thought of using the unique colour properties of ironstone to create such an illusion? Their whole plan was fantastic. It has to be a first. I would never have thought of doing that in a month of Sundays. Lou's pleased with herself look was quickly replaced by a scowl as Harry continued to applaud the skill of the ginger cake gang. Those bandits must have calculated the exact weight of stone required to break toughened glass with a single blow. They would have looked more than stupid if the cake had just bounced off." His voice tailed away as he disappeared inside his own thoughts before summarising with a flourish. "But there has to be another twist. The crooks conducted a meticulously planned, perfectly executed crime which brought them within touching distance of the world's most valuable jewels. To walk away empty-handed after that makes no sense. I smell a rat, a great big ginger rat." "Well, tell me what they did steal then, clever Dick, and how," said Lou, flinging her hands up in despair. Before Harry could answer, John intervened, scrunching his newspaper with one hand and jabbing an index finger towards the siblings assertively.
"I agree with Harry. The whole story seems fishy. Very fishy indeed. And what's more, there could be a link between this ginger crime and Sleepy Lincolnshire. I happen to know that high-density ironstone is pretty hard to come by these days, but there just happens to be an abandoned quarry full of the stuff less than half a mile from this very farm."
"Wow!" exclaimed Harry, with equal measures of dreaminess and enthusiasm showing in his voice. "Was it you then, Dad? Did you smash the glass cabinet using a ginger rock cake and then leg it?"